Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the forecast discussion for July 5th, 2014. I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July. Yeah, it started off a bit wet. We had some rain, some heavy rain at that. But by the time when it really mattered, the fireworks, the celebration of our independence, the hot dogs, the hamburgers, and of course, some blueberry pie. The skies cleared out, humidity dropped, and it was actually pretty nice evening and afternoon out there. A little bit windy, a little bit, which made me a little concerned because I had some people around here firing off some fireworks or flying here and there. It's not good to shoot projectiles into the air that explode when it's windy, but that's just my opinion. But overall, not too bad. And this weekend, the rest of this weekend, absolutely beautiful out. We have temperatures right now as of 8:22 a.m. in the lower to mid 60s along the coast, upper 50s to lower 60s over the interior. We have dew points in the upper 40s to lower 50s over the interior, and even along the coast in some locations. It's just really pleasant out with a nice northwesterly breeze, about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Really, it's a wonderful morning out to go out running or do any type of outdoor activities. Very pleasant today indeed. Temperatures this afternoon will rebound into the mid to upper 80s throughout much of the Philadelphia, New York City metropolitan area. Lower to mid 80s along the coast, possibly a few upper 70s over Long Island. Overall, again, absolutely spectacular for this weekend with no threat of any precipitation whatsoever. On the surface map, high pressure is in control and will remain in control over the next 24 to 48 hours, producing pleasant weather conditions, clear skies, and light winds for the most part. Here's what's left of Hurricane Arthur, which is now an extratropical low pressure system. That's basically a regular low pressure system. The best way to describe it is that it turned into a very powerful nor'easter that is pummeling portions of the Canadian Maritimes and Maine and portions of New England. It's going to continue to move up into the northeast and help to enhance the negative NAO pattern, which has been keeping us on a very volatile weather pattern throughout the much of the spring and much of the summer. As far as our radar is concerned, not much going on out there. High and dry. Here's what's left of our hurricane out here around portions of Boston and out towards the Cape here, and it will continue to exit out into the Atlantic. And on the infrared satellite picture, again, clear skies. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's absolutely beautiful out there. So get out there and enjoy it after you watch this video and check out some discussions at NYNJPA Weather. Now, on the water vapor satellite picture, a couple of interesting features I just want to point out. You see this trough here? This trough in the Gulf of Alaska will help to basically teleconnect a ridge that will build for the middle of this week that will bring us some hot and humid weather conditions again. Now, I just want to make one really quick point here. This summer, we really haven't seen any real powerful heat waves. I mean, we've been hot. We've been around 90, 91 degrees, but really that's not out of the norm for July. I mean, after all, it is summer, you know? So we haven't really seen any powerful heat waves because every time we get one of these hot and humid air masses to build into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, they're immediately knocked down by a cold front with showers and thunderstorms and a very cool air mass that comes in thereafter. So we really haven't seen an established hot and humid pattern for the summer. Now, this upper level low here will help to allow a ridge to build over the southeast that will build into the mid-Atlantic, but as this trough shifts back towards the Aleutian Islands, it will lead to another trough digging into the eastern United States, and we once again fall back into a rather cool weather pattern, especially for next weekend and into the following week, with temperatures struggling in the 70s and 80s, if model guidance is correct, especially the European model guidance and the ensemble European model guidance. Take a look at the latest model guidance from the Penn State EWOL website. Once again, high pressure in control for today and tomorrow. Temperatures will range from the mid to upper 80s over the interior and in urban locations, lower to mid 80s along the coast. Look for low temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s over the interior and lower to mid 60s along the coast. Thereafter, high pressure shifts off the coast. We have a nice ridge starting to build over the Atlantic that also extends into the southeast, and that of course means a southwesterly wind starts to develop throughout the region. That high pressure system will remain in place all the way through next week, but one key distinction here for the Great Lakes, Northern Atlantic, and the rest of the Northeast is that we'll continue to have disturbances move through the region. So you're going to be a threat for an isolated to widely scattered shower or thunderstorm each day. But temperatures will range from the lower to mid 70s for lows and mid to upper 80s along the coast and upper 80s to lower 90s in urban locations and over the interior. Humidity will be high. It'll be rather sticky, uncomfortable week once again, but really not out of the norm. We're talking about maybe 1 or 2 degrees above normal for this time of year as far as temperatures, and then very easily a degree below normal because our normal is about 87, 88 degrees over the Philadelphia metro and 86 degrees around the New York City metropolitan area. So we're not really dealing with a very strong heat wave here, just normal, uncomfortable summertime weather for this upcoming week. And then thereafter, remember when I talked about that upper level low shifting back towards the Aleutian Islands? Well, here comes the next trough, and it really establishes itself for just in time for next weekend and into early the following week with a very deep trough in place. Now look at this. The upper level winds over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area from the west under the influence of a polar air mass that builds in, and we fall back into the 70s if model guidance is correct in the next 10 days. So we go from slightly above normal summertime hot and humid weather, back down to, hey, is it May? Which is basically what we saw yesterday, where temperatures were in the 60s to lower 70s, and it got pretty chilly in the evening. So that is your forecast discussion once again. Thank you again for following NYNJPA Weather. You can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and NYNJPA Weather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.